Hello, this is Maria. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Southern Ontario, and I hate to think about Christmas. It is not quite October, but I am trying to think ahead and thinking of Christmas presents and Christmas cards, and this card combines both. It's a special calendar card for a special someone. It's a card that stands up by itself on somebody's desk or in a windowsill or by a flower that you might have bought somebody. Anyway, I thought I would show you how to make this card. At the end of the video, I've got some other samples to show you, so stick around. The stamp that I'm using is the Beauty of Friendship, and the paper is the lovely, here we got it in the calendar here, Beauty of the Earth, which goes with that lovely stamp set. And I have used so much of it, I have to order another pack. The other product that I'm using on the stamp set is the Scallop Contour dies. And this is the one that I'm using. Okay, we'll get out my supplies here. Now, I'll mention the dimensions as we go along, but they will be in the description below the video. Now, the card base is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2 to make your card base. Then on that is a piece of the Beauty of the Earth designer paper. Isn't that lovely? That is 4 by 5 1/4. Then on top of that, which will be the image piece, this is basic white, and that is die cut with that Scallop Contour die. And of course, because it's a calendar card, these are little calendars that you can actually buy in a craft store in Campbellford, Ontario called Frogs Whiskers Inc. And I'm matching that with a piece of Mossy Meadow. Now, I've also die cut a couple of cardinals, and I'll show you how to do the coloring to make it look like a cardinal. Now, we'll put that there. I don't want to lose them. They might fly away. Now, to make this card stand up, I have to avoid that sticky spot. Now, to make the card stand up, I insert like a little reinforcement. It's almost like a little easel. And it starts out with a piece of cardstock, the same color as your card base. It's 4 1/4, which is the same width as your card, by 3. And you'll score it at 1/2, 1 1/2, and 2 1/2 on the 3-inch side. And you'll take a bone folder, and the easiest way I found to do it is fold it in half and burnish it. Then at the half-inch score line, you just fold that back and burnish the fold. Then turn it over, and you have another little 1/2-inch tab. Fold it back and burnish it. And I use tear and tape adhesive. I find it holds a little firmer, and it doesn't take any length of time to dry. Now, if you use this, there's no give or take. So you got to get it in the right spot the first time. I made a card the other day that I didn't, and oh, I was so sad. But I'm going to use tear and tape adhesive again. And I'm just putting it on those little tabs on either side. Oops. And I insert it, and I can do it now, or I can do it at the end of the card, after I finish the card. And I'm using my trusty tool. Anyone who knows me knows this is my favorite tool. And I'm taking just, to prevent this not getting it in the right spot, I just take off the cover on one at a time, and I put the back one in first. and this mountain fold goes into the card first. So I'm doing the back one first. I found that's the easiest, and I'll hold it like this and put the edge near the score line, like that. Now, if there's a little bit over here, we can trim that off after. So now I'll just fold this over. Now it doesn't match exactly, and it's not supposed to. Now we'll take this one off. And I'll just bring the top back, and I'll just match up there we go. And we put it down, and like I said, if there's a little bit over, you can take your scissors. Mine have disappeared for a minute here. Oh, here they are. And you can just trim that off and trim the excess off here. Okay, now I'm going to add the designer paper, and I'm going to use Tombow glue. I almost hate to cover this lovely paper up, and you can make a lovely Christmas card with this. You just need a little bit of Tombow glue along the edges. That's all you need. Most of us, I think, use way too much glue, and it makes our paper look bubbly, if that's a word. So I'll leave that, and then I'll put this on my mat here, and then we're going to do some stamping. Sorry, I was off camera there. Now, the mat for this is 3 1/8 by 2 1/8. Now, again, these dimensions will be in the description below. Now, we're going to do some stamping on this. And I'm just going to lay my calendar here because I want to stamp above the calendar. So I want to have a little bit of idea. And here I'm going to make small trees. And these are actually the tree tops for the trees in the stamp set. These right here, they go on top of this tree. But I thought, why not make them small trees? So these are, you don't have to use the two-step stamping, but I think it looks so great when you do that. So I'm going to start by Old Olive, and then I'll put Mossy Meadow on top of that. So I'll get my Old Olive. Sorry. And I'm going to stamp it twice. So once here. And if that happens, don't worry about it, because we'll be stamping over top of that. And then one beside it. Okay, I know what I did. One magic thing about our paper is that we can turn it over and start all over again. Okay, I didn't mean to break out into song. Last thing in the world you wanted to hear this time of morning. It's early morning here in Peterborough. I think we'll have better luck. There. Don't forget your stamping pad. Okay, now this is a more detailed stamp. I don't know if you can see that, but you'll see it once I put it over top of. Now, I don't need this here right now. And you know, don't worry about matching it exactly. Just lay it over top and stamp. See the difference between the two? It gives it a three-dimensional look. Now, I have to be careful here because ink gets on the bottom of the block and that'll ruin your artwork. There. Now, because there are the treetops, they don't have little trunks. So what I've done is I'm taking a early espresso marker and I will just make some little trunks. And of course, I don't want the trees suspended in the air, so I'll take some smoky slate and I'll just stamp just a little bit. There we go, under the trees. Now I am going to put a sentiment on this art piece, and I'm going to put on it, where's my card? Okay, I believe in you. Now, Mossy Meadow. I'll just stamp it here, make sure I've got it right. Yep. And I'm going to stamp it right here. I believe in you. And now I can put, I think I'll wait to put that on after I adhere this to the card. Just a little tombow along the edges. And now the calendar. Just underneath it. And now the little cardinals. There, I thought they had disappeared. Now I'll add them with the glue dot, but to make them look like a cardinal, I'm taking a basic black marker, and just from the neck up to the top, just make a little V, and there it looks like a cardinal. And now I'll get a glue dot and my pick tool. Put it on the back of the bird and set the bird down here. Now I've got this bird here facing a different way than on my sample, but that's okay too. I'll just have it going like this. I believe in you. And some embellishments. I'm using the Genial Gems. And I'm using these little green ones. They have a little sparkle to them. Oh, they're like the birds. They want to fly away. And I'll put one right there. So there is my calendar card. That wasn't so hard to make, was it? Oh, one other thing. I've made a little bow. I don't know whether I want to put it on there or not. No, I think I will leave it. I have put it on my sample, but I think I'll leave it. The trees there are just a little bit higher. So there is my sample. There's the one that I just made. Calendar cards that stand up. That's for a special person in your life. Can be a Christmas gift and card. Now, some other samples that I made. I made one here with this lovely designer paper. I made two of them, actually. This and then another one. So You can make them with different designer papers, put different art pieces on the top, and you have some lovely calendar cards. And I hope you make some calendar cards. So thank you for watching.